Well, hello. Here is the first recording of the Sony Handycam TRV640. Is it TRV or TR? TR even. TR640. It's a Video 8 model XR though. It's an extra resolution unit from 1998. It's mono, but it does have a steady shot. It does have the original night shot, 1998 night shot, and picture effects and so on. Let's take this outside. It's actually nice and sunny today, most unusual for a camera test day. But yes, here we are outside with this Video 8 unit from 1998, as I said. I've actually, you wouldn't have noticed because it's an edit, but I thought I'd say I've been out, just got back from Toby's second walk of the day. Since doing that filming in the mirror part, I thought I'll get that done while it's nice and sunny, just in case it rains later and stuff. Plus it was sort of time of day we go for a second walk, and then I'll get back and film out here and do this test video for YouTube. So making sure the camera's, you know, fully functional, though it was sold as faulty. There was a tape in there. I was hoping there was some stuff on there, but it was only a brief moment of somebody looking like they were testing at the end of their bed. It was dated 2002, and the camera, they didn't have a power supply for it. They only had batteries, and they only had a third-party battery charger. So the batteries were dead, didn't charge, so they assumed the camera's probably broken, so sold it as such. Well, we're flashing. Obviously this battery's not very good. We'll switch that. I don't know at what point that cut off, but what I was saying was, yeah, it had nothing but a third-party charger on those Chinese knockoff ones, you know, for these cameras. They didn't have original main supply for it anymore, so I had no way of knowing if it worked or it didn't. So I got it, arrived, unravelled it, cleaned it as you do, especially during these weird COVID times. Just film some plants while I'm talking. And yeah, the battery, I just put on one of my batteries, it didn't switch on. I was like, oh dear. Then plugged it into a proper mains charger, and it came to life. There was a tape in there, as I say. I pressed eject, it didn't actually fire up the eject mechanism. Probably because it's not been used in so long and what have you. Pressed the eject, it didn't actually fully eject. Started to and then stopped and gave a C32 error. I then pulled out the mains, plugged it back in, and it finished off ejecting the tape, so that was good. It wasn't stuck in there. Or if it was, it wasn't stuck in there for long. It probably just seized up. So potentially it hasn't been used since 2002. Let's sit down, I'm knackered from walking and my fibro just being shit. And yeah, I powered it up again, tape popped out, as I say, got a cleaning tape in it, went in, played 10 seconds, zero problems, and now we're recording on a brand new fresh tape in 2021, Video 8, brand new. As my last upload I opened a couple of boxes, a couple of tapes even. Toby wants to come outside. Baby, you coming outside? Come on in, come on. You need to be in the test videos, don't you? Yes, you do. We've just done nice doggy things, haven't we? And you've been all the places. We went out as I told you we would. You had to wait until the deliveries, didn't we? You a good boy? Yeah, you've had your lunch now as well, haven't you? Yes. So, yeah, that's the long-winded story of how this camera got here and everything from then and now. Oh, my back. But, yes. Just come inside. It's too hot out there and my back's screwing me up. But yes, this camera being mono doesn't bother me. Ironically, the way you tend to digitize these videos so you can see them on YouTube is by sticking this tape into a digital 8 camera, and by doing that and logging it through the firewire, it would, even being mono, ends up being stereo. So by the time you're watching this, that's actually a question I was going to ask my subscribers. You guys, do you tend to watch this on your TV or on your mobile? I'm quite interested to know that. I have noticed the subscribers have gone up a lot recently, and I'm welcoming you to the channel. Hello everyone, new and old. This very much, as somebody found out the other day and commented, like, why are you using these videos cameras? It's like, you're new around here, this is what I do. I'm all about, you know, the analog 8mm systems especially, but mini DV and HDV, I love just using retro gear basically, especially some of the units that I wished I could have dreamed of owning back when they were new for thousands of pounds, and now picking them up for £300-400 years later. But yeah, so with the footage, as I say, even though this is a mono camera, it doesn't bother me. Mono doesn't bother me anyway, but by the time it's digitised, it ends up being stereo because it just duplicates it channel wise, so it ends up being stereo, so it sounds fine. But yeah, I was expecting at some point for somebody to mention that, like if they were using the computer. That's why I asked about mobiles. On the mobile, you're not going to know because there's mono speakers on most mobile phones anyway, even in this day and age. But if you're watching on a computer and have headphones in, I tend to watch videos on YouTube and PS4. If it was actually a true mono video, obviously you'd only be getting out on one side. But most of the stuff that has been captured from a mono camera has been uploaded on a digital 8, so you've got that in both headphones. That was very long-winded. This whole video is kind of long-winded, but gives the camera a good run. You know how I like to waffle on. But yes, it's another one for the collection. And yeah, going back to my point of the whole mono, not bothering with that, not minding. The only thing that tends to be cameras where I'm like not too fussed about them and get rid of them are the ones without steady shot, and this one does have steady shot. Because the last couple of 8mm I picked up, I didn't care that mono and all the rest of it, it was purely down to steady shot. I've got shaky hands, I've had tremor in hands for as long as I can remember, and now with my fibromyalgia as well in this day and age, it doesn't make sense. At this point in my life where I've got this condition, I'm more mindful of those and more grateful for those features. You know, if it's the 10-year-old me with one of these cameras, shaky, steady shot wouldn't have been an issue, but now, yes, definitely. So this camera hopefully will stay in my collection. So I move things around. I've got some of my sort of wish list, if you like, of cameras recently. Things like the TRV-120. I was on the lookout for that longest time. At the right price. At the end of the day, I just don't want to be screwed on the pricing. So the 120 I got for a good price, and the 310 I was especially looking forward to getting one of those, and finally got one of those from an old elderly couple, so that was good. It's been looked after, and it's it's recording and playing back perfectly, and that's what this is, will be logged in when I'm done recording and telling you a whole longer speech about randomstuff.com. I think this is more a vlog at this point now than a demo of this camera features, but as I say, it's giving it a good run, and potentially it hasn't been used since 2002. Because after that initial bit on the video of somebody on the end of the bed, or looked like, as I say, testing the camera, I guess, it shut off, and then the rest of the tape was blank. So and when I rewound that tape, it gave me the C32 error again. So the tape and the mixture of it sitting for so long, it wasn't happy, so I chucked that in a bin. But as I say, got cleaner through it and got a brand new tape in, and this is recording fresh, so, and it hasn't had a problem. Apart from the battery thing, which was actually one of the batteries I already had, which I wondered if it was faulty, so that sort of answers that. So one of these, probably lithium ion, they tend to be very good, and I'm not knocking the battery technology, because most of the ones are over 15-20 years and still perfect, but when they do mess up, they tend to have this annoying issue where if you plug it in the charger, it'll say, 124 minutes, whatever, you unplug it, switch it on, it works for about a minute and a half, and then it suddenly says, warning, battery's dead. And if I try to plug it back in the mains now, it'll just go, you've got 124 minutes near your charge. And I'm like, I really haven't. I've got barely 2 minutes. So, yeah, that's a dud battery. But got that cloth down there. Bit of a mess as usual in this room, but it's just, now I just have that cloth down for cameras as soon as they arrive. Cleaning, I've got isopropyl alcohol there. I didn't use that for wiping all of the camera. That was for other things. I just used Dettol spray, actually. Any antibacterial, as long as it's not too harsh. I've never had a problem using that on cameras. I know people are probably like, oh, you can't use that. They're fine. For God's sake, they're fine. It doesn't discolour. It hasn't done anything like that to any of these units. And I've, at this point, I've done this enough times to know if it was a bad mistake or not. So, no, I just used Dettol. Antibacterial spray, so especially in these weird COVID times. But we'll have to see how that goes out, won't we? I kept thinking it's over, and then there's waves, and then there's this Indian variant, and now that's here, and in various different areas. It hasn't hit Bournemouth yet, as far as I know, but it only takes time. they warned us it would happen, and it's just a mixture of people not believing it and then people who don't give a crap really, and it's bound to happen, sadly. And it's already in the country, so yeah. Anyway, I think I can tie this up now. I'm going to put this into my TRV310, log it, and you'll be watching this, so as long as it all uploads fine, which I can't see it not because you're recording perfectly. I'll speak to you in the next one. Bye for now.